Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The New Nasty Boys. I'm your co-host this morning, afternoon, evening, depending on however you want to watch or listen to this thing, Billy DeVore. And sitting next to me is my co-host.
It's Chris Weir, everybody. Hi.
Hey, I nailed it. I said co-host this time.
Good job.
I
said my name correctly. I hit all of it. I did my patented introduction. I say my name.
You did it.
I thought about this. Nasty Nation. What's up, everybody? Do we say that ever?
No, we should do that.
I like it.
That's what we'll call the Discord next year, the Nasty Nation Discord.
Okay.
That's what we've already got off-season plans, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Just like the Reds did after that fucking game.
Yeah, we're going to Boca Raton and we're playing shuffleboard.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
I bet Willie B's going to learn how to play Baccarat.
Yeah, here's a chess guy. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah, I saw the
plays a lot of
chess thing. Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
So if he plays chess, he can easily learn Baccarat.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, just saying Baccarat. It was pretty intimidating.
It is, and then there's a big paddle. I only know it from, like, James Bond movies.
I still don't know it sounds like a board game that's in 3D, like a three-dimensional cube. That's what it sounds like. Is that even close?
It's not even close. It's like everyone gets 2 cards, and each card has like it's like 1 through 7 is like low, and then there's high cards. You want to get like under 10. I don't know. I don't know how to play Baccarat.
You're familiar with it from James Bond?
That's it. Because there's a big giant paddle, and they pick up the cards, and they go car, and then they throw one down, and then Sean Connery hits a woman.
I think I know that one.
It's a really good one.
Actually, no, I'm confusing that role with a Hitchcock role, where he also hit a woman.
Oh, wow. There's a lot of depth to his acting. I'm glad he won an Oscar.
No, dude.
It was for, what was it?
To Punch a Woman?
No, To Punch a Woman. Yeah. To Punch a Woman with Al Pacino and Sean Connery.
It was called Why-I-Yada.
And Pacino is still blind in it, too.
Yeah.
So he can't, he's like, I don't know if he hit her or not.
I don't know.
I don't know.
No face, no case.
Oh, man. Oh, what was, The Untouchables.
The Untouchables?
Yeah, he won an Oscar for that movie.
I know. I've seen it years ago when I was living with some guys in college. But that's all I got on it.
It's great.
So I didn't cast my vote.
It's great.
Yeah?
I don't think he hits a woman in that one.
That's upsetting.
That's why he won the Oscar.
Yeah, I was like, finally.
Thank God. Oh, he put his fans away.
You didn't raise your hands to a woman. Congratulations.
Good job.
Here's your trophy.
Good job, Sean. Oh, you decided to leave the hairpiece at home for this one, too.
Yeah.
Really nice. This is a great way to start a baseball podcast. It is. How was your week?
It was pretty good. Was at the Comet. 2 shows there. Super fun. Yeah. Always a good time at the Comet. Shout out to them. What else did we went to the Reds game on Sunday.
We did.
That was fun. We got to see Joey Votto. Got to see him off for his final, perhaps, game at home. That was a really great game. Really fun. Really somber.
I'd say it's 80% that he's not coming back.
80?
80-20 split.
That's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, it was like, the single was important for him to get on.
Oh, that felt great. Like, that was a huge, that added levity to everything. It just made everyone there we go. That felt right. Everything came to a culmination for him there.
It was
win and
just vintage Votto single. Right over the second baseman, plopped it right in, got on, waved goodbye.
Chugged a bottle of maple syrup.
Just started chucking poutine at the crowd.
Classic Votto.
Dude, section 117, all brown gravy.
I know. That's why they have the poutine tarps. Put one like that. Poutine ponchos. You're in the poutine section. Look out.
Look out. Poutine poncho. Here we go.
Grab your passports.
Yeah, next year.
Mounty up.
Here we go. Mounty up. And then just next year, they're getting rid of the t-shirt cannon.
Yeah.
It's just going to be like a Ghostbusters backpack hooked up to the gun, and they're just going to be just firing off brown gravy and cheese curds.
Get me with that brown gravy and cheese curds, dude. Oh, Redzilla.
God, that's what we should fill up with Redzilla, too.
Yeah?
Not the styrofoam balls. No. Poutine.
Yeah. Poutine and pig's hooves.
Okay, look. This is where the petition starts to bring Joey Votto back for one more year so we can have poutine ponchos and Redzilla full of poutine in the back of the cannon.
I can see Joey Votto coming on, signing a small contract just to drive Redzilla. I could see him going around doing that.
It's a one-day contract. He's just in the McCluskey Chevrolet jumpsuit, circling. He's just chucking the poutine out. He's just giving everybody universal health care. He's just firing it around. And then he just crashes it. He crashes into the center field wall.
But then he has universal health care, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Neck braces on the house.
Yeah, everyone, you're getting checked out. That'd be great.
That'd be awesome. But then the fact that, like, he had to step out of the box in the first AB and was welling up and, like, waving. And then he was like, stop, I got to go hit.
Dude, that was great. I'm not sure if a lot of people saw that. But, yeah, when he was doing his standing ovation, of course, it's going on for a while. It's super awesome. And then Votto says, I gotta go hit, you know? I'm assuming like in his Canadian accent a bit. Whoa, I gotta go hit up there.
Oh, hey, I gotta get to work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was a special, total Votto moment.
It was unreal. It was so great. And then it was just, yeah, like you said, to send him off with a win was huge. And then his speech afterwards is like, I don't know, but this team's got another streak in him. And our hopes were up. We were like, yeah, they got it.
Mm-hmm. It was great seeing the whole team up, like, on the steps of the dugout, just watching him. Like, you can tell he has just so much respect for people just watching. And, like, he's taking the moment to kind of inspire them. Like, he immediately made it about the team, which was really, of course, another Votto thing. You know?
Yeah, so selfless.
Yeah. I'm not going to talk about myself in this, my final game here, perhaps. I'm going to talk about my team.
Yeah, I'm going to hype them up. It doesn't matter because we're going to go on a run.
Mm-hmm.
And they almost did. They almost did tonight. So we're recording after the Tuesday loss at the Mistake by the Lake. Oh, man. Terry Francona's last game, very emotional for the city of Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty crazy to think he was there for so long. Took him to a World Series. Should have taken him to 2. Thanks, Houston, for banging on the trash cans. But how do they send off Terry Francona?
Billy, I think you know.
I know. Here's how you do it. Someone stole his scooter, stripped it for parts, and then pooped on it.
I thought it was a legitimate joke when I was reading this. I was like, this is another Onion article. No, it's a legit thing. He had his scooter stolen and defecated on it.
Defecate. I just want to know, how do you poop on a scooter?
I have no idea.
No clue.
No.
Like, there's not a lot of surface area to just hover over and then just make your move.
Ooh, do you think it would have been a hand situation? Was it like that personal? It's like, no, I'm going to dookie in this palm. I'm going to slap it on that seat. I'm tired of you. I know you're retiring, but this is what you get. You screwed me out of some money.
Yeah, it's like how Pollock started a painting.
Yeah.
Just swoosh, big swoosh.
Stay away from the canvas here.
Oh, I'm just floating over, just trying to let you know I'll be thinking of you.
Dude, but they seriously, so it was strategically targeted? Like, I don't know exactly,
So he's had his scooter stolen before. So he lives in downtown Cleveland, which known for having scooters being jacked and crapped on.
Yeah. So it wasn't, at the ballpark or anything. It was, at his...
At his condo.
Okay.
Yeah. Someone stole it, and then it came back, his little buddy scooter. He's known for it. People see him all around town on it. So, they knew that was Terry's scoot. Mm-hmm. And they were just like, nah, I'm still taking it. And I'm pooping on it. And I'm taking the parts.
Ooh, what if, hear me out, what if it was a Cincinnati Reds fan?
What if? What if it was the same guy who was threatening to crap in the tundra last season?
Perhaps, what we could be doing about that?
Huh.
Speculate.
We could speculate!
It could be that guy.
Yes, it could be that guy. I don't see why not. If you couldn't manage to climb over the concrete, get over that 20-foot slab of concrete, get in the back, defecate, hey, you're taking your best shot and saying, man, I'm really going to get in the head of this manager, ball player, someone who's been around baseball for 45, 50 years. I'm going to get in there by stealing his mode of transportation right before work. Mm-hmm. And then just Simba swiping my turds all over it.
Oh, dude, that's rad. Why you gotta shit in someone's scooter though? That's so bad. I can understand if it was a Range Rover or something like that. I get it.
Yeah.
But a scooter, come on.
Come on. There's photos of Terry Francona leaving the ballpark, cargo shorts, thong sandals, buddy 250 scoot. What a cool guy.
Yeah, he's hip.
He's thinking of the environment.
He's lowering his carbon footprint. You don't got to like fiber up his ride.
They were increasing their carbon footprint, handprint, when they were smearing the shit everywhere.
Oh my god! Have you ever had your scooter shat on?
I have never had my scooter shit on. Thank God. Yet, give it time.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some Guards fan who's gonna be like, I prefer the old name. Find out where I live.
I liked it before they were the Guardians.
I liked it. This is for my tribe, and then just smear. But mine's like yellow, so it kind of looked like it was a little rusty.
Okay.
Unless they were really sick.
Yours could be peed on. That could be pretty easy.
Now that I'm very certain that's probably happened.
I've had my car pooped on before.
Me too.
Yeah?
What was your car poop story?
Well, it was in college, and I stayed at the dorm. I was staying at my buddy's place at his dorm. Wake up the next morning, go to my car. I get in the car, and I was like, "Oh fuck, there's something on my windshield there." Look, I was like, "That looks like a turd. It looks like a big piece of shit." And I look, I was like, "I'm pretty sure it is." And I had to like smell, like I got out and I put my nose up too. I was like, "It's for sure shit." Then I just went up doing like trying to flick it off with the windshield wiper.
Oh.
And then eventually I'm talking to some of my buddies the next day. Long story short, apparently it was one of them thought it'd be funny to get up and, well, actually, no, I think they may have shit in their hand. They put it in the car. It was either that or they did like the crouching over it. One of my best buddies. It was,
That's really funny.
Hilarious.
Oh, the confidence you have in your turd to be like, this is going to be solid. Wow.
Oh my God. Yeah. Could you imagine if it wasn't?
Oh, and then you just have that, and then you've got to do that, and then it just looks like Wilson's face on your windshield.
Yeah, it wasn't a diarrhea palm print. It was definitely a solid fecal structure.
Oh, wow. The bravado.
I know.
That's amazing.
I know. Speaking of solid fecal structure,
So,
could you get me a high life?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I can get you a beer.
We were watching the ball game here, and it was...
Heartbreaking. Oh, I got you. Here you go. There it is.
Appreciate
Not
that.
a sponsored. Not a sponsor.
Not yet.
Could be. Give it time. Dude, so here's my car poop story. My buddies have a farm. One of my buddies has a farm out in New Richmond. And it was just 2 sheds, land, gravel driveway, pond. And we would just get blackout drunk. Like, there was an RV we could sleep in. We
There's
would
a
sleep
pond
in our
next
cars.
to you. Like, it makes you want to get so drunk.
It was so inviting.
Yeah, ponds, lakes,
Creeks, and then like goats next door. It was awesome. So, I ended up getting, my buddy and I had a Jaeger chugging competition. I won.
I was going to say,
chugged
no
the
one wins those.
Oh, I won. I beat him with the 5th, and he drank his 5th. He was like right behind me. And then kept drinking, and then next thing I know, I am asleep in the field. Wake up at like 6:30 in the morning with a cheeseburger patty on my face, mustard underneath, and then I walk over to my truck, which this truck already wasn't. It was given to me by my grandpa. It was a 1988 Nissan King Cab.
It didn't need to be crapped on.
Didn't need to. The body of it was silver. The bed of it was red, and then my door was blue. Like, it didn't need any more things added to it.
Go for the Audi. Go for the Mercedes.
Yeah.
Don't go for the pieced together car.
Yeah, don't go for the manual truck.
Yeah.
It was a 5-speed. It just rattled.
It's a Lego truck. Come on.
It's like one of those trucks you get in Japan for like $500 that they ship, or China they ship over.
Yeah.
But worse. It worked, and it got me from point A to point B. But, like, dude, I walk over, and I'm like, what? And I look at my windshield, and I see, like, just clumps of toilet paper by my wiper. And I'm like, what the hell? And then I look, and they had shit and then smeared all over the windshield.
No.
And then peed in the bed of the truck.
No!
Yeah.
These friends?
Still, some of my best friends in the world.
Ah, man.
Yeah.
Those are some, I'm sure it was hilarious, though. I mean, I'm sure it was funny when they shit in my car, too.
I bet it was hilarious to them at 3 a.m. with me passed out with a cheeseburger patty on my face. And they're like, let's get him even more. I'm like, I'm already waking up with dirt in between my fingernails, some goddamn Heinz mustard.
Yeah.
And then I got to get my life together and look and see, like, oh, my truck's fucked.
I think having a
Cover
slice
the
of
shit.
American cheese on your cheek was the worst of it.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. At least the sun didn't wake me up, and the burger was on there, and then I like got sunburned, and I just have like a circular cheeseburger patty.
I was gonna say like cook the burger, and that woke you up, and you got to eat the burger.
No, what happened was someone threw bacon at my face, and they're like, "Oh, you're trying to make it a bacon cheeseburger?"
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that poor truck, it was gross. The windshield wipers already were busted. It was bad. So yeah, that's my. So they had a lot of surface area to work with.
Yeah, that's a lot of space, man. That's a good amount of ground to cover.
Yeah, how do you do that with a scooter? How do you do it with a scooter?
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Really sold him off there, but they won the game, so he was at least number 1 on the field, number 2 on the scoot.
Poop, scoot, and boogie. Oh, so yeah, speaking of shitty starts to our day, the Reds are done. They're done. They're done, I think. Done? I would say that they're finished.
Yeah, unless the Diamondbacks, or specifically the Cubs and the Marlins, lose out, and the Reds, with 3 games to go, somehow end up winning 5.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think it's going to happen.
Dude, it was set up so perfectly with the 2 off days, with the playing teams with losing records. The whole month was set up to be like, here we go.
Yeah, this might be a sour grapes a bit like episode, but at the top, I do want to say we absolutely love like where the Reds have gone. Their whole destination from being lost 100 games to over 80 wins this year and being in a playoff atmosphere contention.
Yeah.
So all that taken into consideration.
take it with a grain of salt.
Oh, God, we were so close. I don't recall a more upsetting series of games. Like, we had those 4 losses altogether. I don't think since 2012 playoffs that it's been that deflating.
No.
Being that close to playoff success and then just giving it away. And, of course, Alexis Diaz, he's going to eventually blow a save. It happens. Unfortunate came when it did. And this is stuff we were talking about around the All-Star break, about how we are going to have issues down the road with not having healthy arms. People are throwing past their threshold. And we saw it happen. And they also cucked us when it came to adding at the trade deadline. And I think it's all coming to fruition now.
Yeah, it's just one giant turd on top of Terry Francona's scooter. It's what it is, man. I mean, look, like, yes, like, I'm going to piggyback and say, like, yeah, look, the Reds won 81 games. Last year, they lost 100 games. It's incredible. The turnaround happened faster than most people thought. We didn't think that at the beginning of this year.
Not at all.
Come on, we didn't think so.
I said 68 wins. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I said 69 because. But guess what? They turned it around. And we were wrong about some stuff along the way. We thought Will Myers would be a contributor.
Yeah.
We thought that Luis Cessa could maybe be a solid 4 starter. He wasn't. We thought this bullpen would be bad.
We thought Bitcoin was a good idea.
I never said that.
We are sorry about those suggestions we had. I thought Board 8 was a great idea.
But dude, I know. I have friends who did lose a lot of money on NFTs. It's hilarious.
Oh, it's so funny. It was like clearly a scam right from the get-go.
Right from the get-go. I could screenshot what you bought.
Yeah.
Are you fucking stupid?
So dumb.
Good thing you own the blockchain, whatever that means.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is, but it sounds stupid.
Blockchain, that's what they use to keep Clifford in the yard. It's a blockchain.
I like it.
He's a big dog.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Woof, woof. I mean, like, okay. Overall, though, yes, 81 wins. We're talking about Reds baseball on September 27th and being disappointed that they're not going to be in the playoffs, which is a massive accomplishment. But there's so much we don't know about what was being asked for at the trade deadline, too. Like, look at, like, I was talking with somebody about this. I was like, look at what the Reds got for Tyler Mahle last year. They got CES, a contributor this year, and Spencer Steer, who, if it wasn't for Corbin Carroll and Kodai Senga, could be first in NL Rookie of the Year conversations.
Oh, absolutely. Still has some of the top numbers.
And that cost a guy who had a career 4.43 ERA. I mean, so It'll be a lot cheaper this offseason to go and make a move for a starting pitcher. It'll cost money to go and do that stuff. But at the deadline, yeah, we got cucked. There was only one real starter who has maintained and worked out long term since the trade deadline. That's Jordan Montgomery, and the Cardinals weren't going to trade him to us. That wasn't going to happen. I mean, Lorenzo Nardi's been moved to the pen. Giolito's been on 2 different teams. Yeah. Lance Lynn has an ERA north of 5 for the Dodgers. There's a lot of those where it was like, man, we were so bummed, but we don't know the asking price, and most of them haven't worked out.
Yeah, there's a lot of what ifs and some things that you just really can't track. And yeah, all of that being said, we see the potential in this team. That's why there is some feelings of disappointment because we were so close and we understand how talented this group of guys are and
how long they're going to be here.
Yeah, it's not a fluke that they got this to this point.
No. I think that going down the stretch, the biggest thing that really has hurt this team was lack of starting pitching that got hurt, as in Lodolo, which they banked on him coming back. He didn't. And Graham Ashcroft got hurt. Missed him for a month. And the big one, Matt McClain, he's been out for like a month and a half, dude.
Yeah, it seems so unreal to think about the production that the Reds have had, albeit, it's been a little bit shaky. They still have been able to produce a bit without Matt McClain. He's been such a solid foundational piece with the Reds. I know he didn't come at the beginning of the year, but it's still it feels like he was here for a while.
Yeah, he came up like 3 weeks before Elly. He was like May 10th or some shit in Colorado.
Yeah.
And we're like, holy shit, he's here. And then it's just like, oh, this guy needs to be in the lineup every day.
Yeah.
And continue to produce. And like when we looked at him every week, it was like between hitting 270 and 330, 340. And just getting on and scoring runs and hitting them in. That's what I was trying to get at with the second point, but that doesn't matter. But here's the thing with him, like when you don't have that guy who was your true igniter to the offense, consistent igniter like Spencer Steer, you're gonna lose some baseball games.
Yeah, for sure. He, created this identity. Like, he just chiseled out this person who he is with the team of being an everyday contributor, everyday player, and he's been out for over a month, and we were really excited to have him back yesterday, and it didn't end up working out.
He re-aggravated his oblique. Now, do you think he actually re-aggravated it to the point where they shut him down, or do you think the front office was like, don't even try it, you're going to be here for a while, don't test it, you could tear it, or you could be injured far worse if you go out there for these last 4 games?
Man, I think it depends on, how severe it is, because, I'm still not entirely sure, how aggravated it was. Was there any sort of, additional things? Was it Warren just, being sore, tired? Or was there any sort of other thing they could see? Because if there was something where they think it's more than an aggravation, hey, shut it down.
Shut it down.
And I'd totally be behind that. So I think they're erring on the side of caution. And for Matt McClain, I think that makes the most amount of sense.
And just a sneak peek for our postseason and off-season episode next week. Matt McClain, big part of those off-season plans. Big, huge plan. And cornerstone, and also another guy who came up, and we talked about him last week. We had some harsh things to say, but they weren't harsh, they were just statistics. We weren't as harsh as some local outlets who called him Elly de la Bust, which isn't even clever.
No, it's just like saying Saturday Night Dead. How many times has that been come up with since the start of the show? Could you have tried any less at your job?
No.
No.
And then they got so much hate from Twitter and other places, or X, where they changed it to, sorry, we have now changed the article to Elly de la Benched. If you're going to come out with an article and you're going to take a big swing like that, you have to be confident and continue to back it up.
Yeah, you got to own it. You're supposed to be a journalist. Come on.
Yeah. And Barstool's article, which was just like, we overreacted to Elly de la Cruz. We overrated him. You didn't. You did it. You did it. He hit for the cycle. He stole home multiple times.
Yeah.
That's not overreacting.
It's not a fluke. It's not like, oh, this just happens all the time.
No, yeah, like this is totally normal. Because, so then Elly comes out and he's just like over it. He looked like a completely different dude at the plate this week. And this is not including tonight/last night's game. 294, 333, 647 slugging. 2 homers, 1 in the same game, might I add you. With 4 stolen bases, 4 ribbies, 6 runs. 33.3% strikeout rate. But like, the major league average is like 25.5%.
Yeah.
So just still above, not as much as you'd like, but boy howdy.
Yeah, just visually, he looks so much more calm, a lot less movement going on, specifically up top. His head staying a lot more still. He just, like you said, an entirely different batter. An entirely different approach.
Yeah, patient, not moving as much, letting pitches come to him. I mean, those 2 homers, one was 108.3 miles per hour, went 420 feet. And then 119.2 miles per hour, went 467 feet, the hardest ever hit ball by a Cincinnati Reds in the StatCast era. That curveball, he just weighted back on it and smoked it.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. He was looking so good, just being patient, staying back, and just trusting his hands.
Yeah. And both of those homers, one was a curveball, one was a changeup. Both low and showing like, I can still hit this low ball.
Yeah, I don't have to like dip my shoulder, bend my back, and just try and just move absolutely everything to get like, you're strong enough, dude. I mean, they supply most of the power. Just let it rip, man.
Yep. And the only thing that he'll really need to change is just shortening that swing for trying to just make contact.
Oh, dude, when he just be able to, like, at will, just, like, dump a ball, opposite just wherever he's batting, that'll just get in the head of, like, pitchers. Just being able to, like, dude, he's just going to, like, hit a single there, and it's just an automatic double. He's going to be in scoring position. And then if I cruise him one on the inside or something like that, he's going to take me 470 out of here.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. There's just, like, adding more tools to the toolbox. You can be a 5-tool player, but then also you're going to need adjustment. You're going to need, you're going to need a little socket for that socket wrench, dog.
Yeah, absolutely. It's giving like your opponent something else to have to consider when facing you. So, yeah, he just looks beyond just what we've seen the past few days here from production-wise. He just looks a lot better.
He looks worlds better. And hopefully the rest of this week carrying out the momentum and into the 2024 spring training. I'm so excited. Like, I just can't wait to see like what tweaks he makes and what he does in the off season, which I don't know, maybe that's just me hoping too much on a 21-year-old that they're going to like do their job and like go back out and instead of resting on their talent, the talent that they have themselves. Like you could tell he put in the work just to see those adjustments this past week.
Oh yeah.
So I hope he leans more towards that and not pulls like a Vladdy Jr. who's just like, I'll lose a bunch of weight, have one killer season, then come back and be like, you know how good I am? I don't need to really work at it.
Donuts are still good.
Donuts are so good. So we'll get into the pitching for the week. And tonight, I mean, Andrew Abbott to start in Pittsburgh. He had 4 1/3, 2 earned runs, 4 hits, 2 walks, 7 Ks. Much better than what he did tonight. 2 1/3, 8 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 strikeout.
Yeah, he didn't have it. I mean, he's just been gassed for about a month now, so it was like trickling over just into not only his length of pitching duration, but his control.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the biggest thing for him is his control because he's not throwing 98, 99. He's throwing 93, 94.
Yeah. When you're like a finesse dude and like you can't like, pop the radar gun, you're going to have control.
Yep. And when you can't trick him, you can't be deceptive if you aren't placing it where you need it to be. And look, like we've said, he's never pitched this much at any level, period. He's just gassed. He's done. I think, was that his last start of the year then? Yeah. Yeah, because then we've got Williamson, Phillips, Greene going.
I think so.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday at St. Louis. So I feel bad for him for that. So if that's how you're going to go out this season, starting so well and looking so good and then just falling off so fast.
Yeah, it's got to be frustrating for him, but if it's any consolation, all the people, I think, like the Cincinnati fans, see what type of caliber player he is and the type of energy and emotion that he brings to his job. So I feel like we have nothing to worry about with him. Frustrating for sure.
No, and he'll build, you know what? He won't have to pitch in AA. He won't have to pitch in AAA next year. He'll just start in the bigs.
Yeah, dude. It's going to be so much better. These guys are going to elevate their game so much between now and then.
Yeah.
It's going to be such a thrill.
I can't wait. Instead of just proving it and making it, now they've made it, and now it's time to just get in and perfect and just work on your approach, work on your pitch mix, and like really fine tune it, because DJ's worked with you for worked with him for almost for a little more than half a season.
Yeah, they're acclimated with each other.
Yeah,
it should be good.
Here's your homework. Go home and study. Go home and take care of it. Connor Phillips against the Pirates. Look, 9 Ks was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it really was.
5 innings is pretty awesome. 3 runs from a guy who it's his 4th career start. Pretty awesome. 99 pitches. You wish you could be a little bit more efficient. Two-pitch pitcher in that outing. Only threw his curveball twice. But once he figures out that curveball, dude, good God.
Yeah, having him be able to mix more in that arsenal is going to be great. If he's already this effective with producing outs, that'll be great, because he only threw it, you got 2 times here. He threw something other than the slider or the four-seamer. So, yeah, I think his effectiveness is going to be
it is. Good. Yeah, it is. I love that take. Yeah. He's going to be effective as fuck, dude. Woo! Hell yeah, Connor. Dude, I'm psyched. I'm just like... Look, there's so much to be optimistic about going into 2024. As much as this sucks, but that's huge. That's huge. That you have another guy that's eligible to be a rookie next season too.
Oh, that's crazy.
Brandon Williamson has not been himself since coming back from the COVID IL. I mean, he's just not had it. His fastball's dipped. I mean, it's now 91, 92 when it was 94 to 96.
Yeah, I think physically his body has told itself to shut down at this point. I think a lot of those guys are at that, we keep saying the threshold, but this is where they're all at now, and I think Brandon Williamson has definitely exceeded that.
Yeah, he's tired. I almost all of these dudes are tired. And so, yeah, it sucks. And getting over COVID isn't easy, especially when you're an athlete. Well, getting over a fake disease.
Yeah, what is that? Come on, Bill Gates? What are you doing?
What are you putting on the chips in my body? Yeah, come on. But yeah, I mean, still, no, like 4 1/3, 2 earned runs, 4 hits, 3 Ks. Not like nothing to scoff at.
No.
But it's still like not who he is and what he has been. Especially before he got COVID. He was looking dominant.
Yeah, I think we're really yet to see like where he's going to kind of like even out at as a pitcher. He's been trying to like stitch together like good innings, good sequences of pitches, and it'll look great for an inning, and it kind of like peters off. So yeah, I think next year is going to be very. He still needs to establish who he is as a starting pitcher. So
yeah,
that's what we're looking forward to.
I think it's just building himself back up. I think the time off just really got to him, and then you have to jumpstart and get back into your program and your routine, and that's really hard.
Yeah.
Especially when it's your first year in the big leagues and you're trying to figure out what your routine is up there.
Yeah.
So, again, cutting all of these guys slack because they're so young, but it's just disappointing. But when you look at it case by case, and you look at how young they are, everything they're going through, it's pretty amazing that they even got this far.
It's wildly amazing. This has been one of the most entertaining years I can recall as a Reds fan.
Right now, to be shitty, Hunter Greene was not good at all against the Guards.
No.
3 home runs, 8 hits, 7 earned runs, 3 innings pitched. I was trying to be so complimentary because that was such a bad outing.
Yeah, even just looking at the placements of these pitches here, it's just really all over the place. And we've talked about this before, and it was, I think, brought up too, maybe on social media, or maybe someone said something about him potentially tipping his pitches. I know you've talked about...
That was you! We talked about it.
I know we talked about it, but then I think like someone else has recently spoke. Regardless...
Yeah, you tweeted back at him, and you're like, hey, check out the pod that we think he's tipping.
Yeah.
But if you look right here, right now, bang. There's the pitch chart. That's just fun for me when I edit later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I like it. It's just a fun little trick that'll just make me giggle.
I'm gonna move it up just a little bit just to mess with you. I'm sorry. That's a little
You
bit more
son of a bitch. You look at if you look at the chart here, if you see, that's a lot of middle up, middle low,
Yeah.
middle in, middle out. It's just right in the center of the plate, man.
Yeah. So in addition to possibly giving the batters a bit more of an idea of what he's about ready to throw, if it's going to be in the middle of the plate.
Doesn't matter if you're throwing 99, 100. If it's right down Broadway, it's gonna get smoked, and that happened.
Yeah, that's what we saw play out there. So not a great outing for Hunter.
I just want him. I just really wish that he had more time with Luis Castillo and was like, "Show me the changeup. Show me the changeup."
Yeah, dude. If you can figure that out, oh my goodness.
I know. Once he gets that down, but when he's spotting and he's hitting his dots on outside, inside, up, down, and he's not leaving it right down Broadway, he's a great pitcher with 2 pitches. Mm-hmm. But when he doesn't have it, he's got to have another tool to rely on.
Yeah, you can't have batters just eliminating, one pitch entirely because you're just not going to throw it.
Yeah.
And then another one in a certain area. So it's like they know what to look for in order to get on base. It seems like they have a better game plan than what Hunter does.
Yeah. Yeah. They're just like, oh yeah, we're just hoping that he's not on today. And they'll be able to see that within 10 pitches.
Yeah.
They'll be able to walk back to the dugout and be like, yeah, he doesn't fucking have it today.
Yeah, he's a bit off.
He's a bit off. Look for the fastball right down Broadway.
Right down
Broadway.
2 scoops and graders right.
Poop, skate, and boogie.
Holding in the palms of my hand.
And just dumping them all over Terry's scooter. What if it was Jeff Brantley?
Oh, dude, it'd be so fucking awesome.
That'd be so sick.
Yeah, I stacked them on top of each other like a couple scoops of ice cream.
Then I polished it off with a nice cold Coca-Cola. The bullpen was not great either this weekend. Man, especially Alex Young, Buck Farmer, and Alexis Diaz. Now, I assume that I can confirm that one of those guys will be back next season. That's Alexis Diaz.
Oh, for sure.
Now, my problem with Alexis Diaz's use, he is not good at maintaining the lead and getting you a hold. He has not been good all of September or October, and I have statistics to back it up.
Let's see those statistics.
You ready for this one? You ready, dude? Are you ready to get all fucking horned up?
Well, I'm there, baby.
September, he is 3-2 with an ERA of 7.45 in 11 games. That is by far his worst ERA for a month, okay? April, March, 3. Not great. May, 0.73. June, 2.45. July, 2.38. August, 2.61. September/October, 7.45. God damn it. 8 earned runs in the month of September.
Unreal.
He's tired. Got it. But I got more numbers for you. In a non-save situation, he has a 3.6 ERA in 27 games. Non-save situation. 3 home runs, 14 walks, to 29 strikeouts. It's astounding.
He's a different pitcher.
Stop using him there. Just stop. Look what Reisel's doing in Atlanta.
Yeah, he's doing so much better.
Because you know why? They only pitch him in the 9th.
I think it's just a mental thing. The same thing for starters. They prepare mentally a certain way, and closers prepare mentally a different way. And I just think throwing this in here, pardon the pun, but it's a curveball to him.
I do not pardon the pun.
I'm gonna get out of here.
You gotta go. You gotta go. I'm not gonna pardon it. I think it's great. I think we need more.
Pardon the pun.
Pardon? Oh, pun unintended. No, you meant it.
I did.
You meant it, and I loved it. So yeah, man, it's just like, come, stop. I was talking with our buddy the pod, Lucas, about it. He's like, high leverage. He needs to figure it out. That's just what David Bell's going to do. I'm like, well, he's not going to figure it out. He's going to ask to leave eventually.
Yeah.
Just like Rizal did. So.
And you don't want him to have to figure it out, like, on stage, essentially. Like, that's like an off-season situation where you, like, try to figure out how to go about preparing for, when you're called upon to come in the 8th or something like that, as opposed to going out there and it's like, having to do your job with, like, your pants down or something. Like, you're just a little bit thrown off.
Yeah, here's an idea. Maybe you bring people into your bullpen who are made for that situation.
To kind of be set him up a little bit?
Yeah, like a 7th, 8th inning guy, maybe a couple of them. You're like, these guys are good in high leverage situations.
That's a novel idea.
Crazy thought. Mm-hmm. So that's just my biggest gripe. Buck Farmer was dog shit. For the week, 10.8 ERA. Alex Young, 27. And Fernando Cruz had one bad outing. So, God, it's just the bullpen's gas. So it's really hard to be hard on all those other dudes when they carried us for so long. They had another stretch with 14 scoreless innings. It's just like a ragtag group of dudes who should be given I don't know, the Dirty Dozen award.
They should be getting pats on the back. They should be this is such a cool thing. These guys were able to be so rock solid all year. Like you said, it's really hard to get upset at these guys, even, when they had a couple, meltdowns with that giving up, when they were up 9 runs. That was such a difficult thing. Dude, I was in between shows. I went out to my car to listen to the radio and I was checking the scores. What happened?
Where did this go?
I left you guys. You're up 9 runs. But they've been lights out all year, or at least been really such gamers that I'm not mad at them. They got us to this point.
Yeah. So that Saturday I was at my niece, goddaughter's, my sister's kid's birthday party. They're in town, and I was on the couch, and I was getting ready. The game was right about to start, and then the 6-year-old runs in, grabs the remote, puts it on Netflix Kids, and starts. I went, no, we're not doing that, bud. And he was like, no, but that's what I want to watch. And I just went, no, this is potentially playoff baseball. I'm going to need that. And he goes, no, we're watching Bluey. And I was like, no, we're not. And I was like, he wouldn't let go of the remote. Yeah. And I looked at him, and then I looked at my mom, walked in, and I looked at my mom, and I went, I'll fucking hit a kid. She went, give him the remote. Just stern mom voice. And he was like, yes. And then ran off, and he was like, dragons are cool, or said some weird 6-year-old shit, then ran outside. And I was like, whew.
Almost had to beat up a 6-year-old.
Almost had to punch a kid.
Not again.
I normally smell him, but hit him.
Yeah, it doesn't get to that point normally until later.
Not too much later when they're asking for it. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, that's where I was on Saturday for that. And that was gut-wrenching.
Yeah, that was...
I'm trying to avoid it. Just that the meltdown from Thursday on with Hunter Greene, 14 strikeouts.
Yeah, that was such a big thing too, dude. You did so well, and all of a sudden you just pitch it, you just give it away to him.
Give it away, and then you follow ahead up with just losing 2 out of 3 to the goddamn Pirates. Just a thorn in our side.
Yeah, that was salt in the wound. It's not only did we have Alexis Diaz's first blown save, now we're losing to the Pirates. It was just so bad.
It hurt.
It really did.
So... God, it just sucked. It was right there, all set up. Teams under 500, ready to roll. Off days built in to recoup, catch our breath, and then, no, you're going to lose 12-13.
Yeah, we lost 4 in a row. There was a wide lane for us to get in. And granted, again, it feels this bad because it felt so good earlier. We understand we wouldn't be feeling this sort of negativity if the Reds weren't as good as what they are. So, but
yeah,
super, super close.
Really close. The week offensively just comes down to TJ Friel, man. 4 homers, 6 runs, 7 ribs, 583, 737, 1.667 slug.
Dude, that's a ball player.
4 homers in 4 straight games.
Dude, he just whips that batter out. I love it. Love seeing him at the plate, dude. He has a presence.
Dude, I think since he's gotten that sexy haircut, he's just been mashing.
He has been, dude.
Dude, he looks like he could pop off that uniform, pop into his suit, walk into Sterling, Cooper, and Price, and just throw a lucky strike in and...
I can see that. It looks like he can just like be in a cigarette ad, from the 50s or something.
I can just see him fitting right in.
He could hang out with Sean Penn later, hit a woman. It'd be great.
Sean Penn?
Yeah.
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
Sean Penn played a guy with Down syndrome.
Yeah.
Sean Connery would have hit him.
Sean Connery would have hit the guy.
Would have hit him. Two very different things. But yeah, dude, it was good to see that. And then Joey got on base a lot for the week. Joey had a .533 on base percentage. CES still murdering the ball with 3 homers in the stretch since Thursday.
He's looking good. He's feeling comfortable. You can tell that.
Dude, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with when he plays every single day next year.
Dude, he's going to be a nightmare. Imagine him just having people on the base and he's up there just like mashing doubles every day.
Ah!
So great.
I'm empty. God, India wasn't great, but he got on base. He had a .400 on base percentage. He was being very patient at the plate. Good to see him lead off. He did have a very nice double today. So yeah, man, Marte continued his on base streak. What was that? 8 games now where he's gotten on base.
Yeah, I think 8 games.
Yeah,
maybe more than that.
Stud. You're almost like you're looking at this, and this is something we're going to break down next week. You're looking at all these dudes, and you're looking at what they've done, and you have to wonder, where's everyone going to play, and how are you going to get better?
Yeah, it's going to be something to figure out later. I mean, the platoon thing, I'm not quite sure if that's what they want to do. I think... you're
going to... platooning is David Bell's, thing, dude. That's what gets him harder than a rock, is being like, oh, I can make the switch in the 6th or 7th.
I do like seeing guys having, having a day off, being able to... have one of your starters, have them get a day, and it not really cost the team because you have somebody just as effective that can step in and fill that spot. But at the same time, you want all those guys that are performing at a good enough level to get reps in. So
yeah,
I'm not sure if they move some people. I don't know what happens in the off season, but I think they're going to probably stick with having the good problem of having a lot of guys that need playing time.
I agree that you're going to continue to develop. And then there's this, the guy in AA just won AA Player of the Year for the Reds. Oh, what was his name? I forget. Now it's going to bother me. I'm going to look it up. AA Player of the Year. No, not Elly De La Cruz, you dingus. Not Jackson Holiday. He plays for the Norfolk Tides. Oh, man. I saw it on Twitter. Oh, Reds on the rise. Here we go. This is probably where I'm going to need to be on. Yeah, Blake Dunn. That's it.
That's that beard.
There it is. Blake Dunn looks like Jake Fraley's younger brother.
Yeah, he does. A bit more aggressive beard.
Yeah. He mashed down there. So he's a guy. Here's another one that's coming up. But in all realness, with how much money is coming off the books next year, you have to sign someone who hits home runs. You just have to. Maybe there's a lot of these guys that develop into it, but you need a surefire thing. And so, but we'll get into that next week. I'm just, injuries. We already talked about it. Matt McClain re-aggravated his oblique. It's a conspiracy. I think he was ready to go.
Yeah, potentially.
Conspiracy.
Speculating.
Speculate.
Erection.
I need you to find me 30,000 votes, Chris.
I need you to find me 11,809 votes.
Gates collusion. So, looking down at our schedule with the people in front of us, we got 3 at St. Louis. Miami has one more with the Mets tomorrow. I don't know what the score of that game is right now. Currently at 9:48 9:38 p.m. And then they've got 3 at Pittsburgh. Arizona, 1 against the White Sox, 3 at home against Houston. And then the Cubs, 1 at home against Atlanta, and then 3 at Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Arizona's going to make it because Houston's playing for a fucking spot still.
It's going to be difficult for him.
Yeah.
Let's see. The Cubs and Braves are tied at
3s?
3 in the 9th.
Nice.
And it looks like Marlins and Mets are tied at 2 in the 7th.
There we go. So there's a glimmer, a shimmer, a glimmer, a tiny crack in the wall of hope. But that means they also need to lose tomorrow.
True.
They need to lose the rest of the way.
They need to not be a team tomorrow.
You know, that would be ideal.
Very much.
We should
just give it to us.
Come on.
Let us go. Say you're tired. Say you got other plans.
We want it, dude. Come on, give it to me. I want it. I need it. Let's round third and head for home.
Let's do it.
What do you got? You got a busy fucking weekend, pal.
Scooting around just a little bit, but Cincinnati, if you're there, so will I. Thursday, today probably if you're listening, I'll be at Go Bananas in Montgomery, Blue Ash area. Then I will be Friday at Binsky's Bar.
I know that place.
I know. We did some stuff there. We did like a chili luge and things. I remember that was fun.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, I will be at Bricks Comedy Club in like Indianapolis area. So come on out. And then Sunday, be back at Go Bananas. What about you?
I don't have shit on the calendar.
Just crying and weeping.
Just crying, weeping, and getting ready to watch postseason baseball. And then hoping that at least one of my teams, the Mariners, get in. So, yeah, we can all hope. We can all dream. But no, I don't have much on the calendar until the week after. It'll be a minute. So yeah. I'll let y'all know. I got stuff. I got things. I got a couple things.
We should go out and do something. We should go out to a bar and maybe watch, I don't know, just hang out outside of baseball, outside of comedy.
Yeah, it sounds nice.
Mm-hmm. Talk about all this, just decompress.
Yeah, once the season, the postseason's over, I'll be good. Mm-hmm. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
It'll be great. This has been one of the best years,
dude. It's been one of the most fun years. I'm happy to do it with you.
Absolutely,
it's not over yet.
It's not.
It's not over. The fat lady's warming up, but she ain't fucking singing.
Right, she's not getting the call.
She's not doing it. Yeah. So let's God. So yeah, let's do it in the clutch for all your baseball apparel. Savannah Bananas, Negro Leagues, Major League Baseball, Players Association. We'll have cool stuff for the postseason. Then if you want to check that out, new Nasty Boys, all caps, 10% off. Pretty freaking sweet. Thanks to Sports Drink. Thanks for having us. Appreciate it. And thanks, bud. Thanks for doing this.
Absolutely.
It's been fun. Thanks for having me over. And thank you for watching and listening. And as always, go Red Legs.
Thank you, Nasty Nation. Go Red Legs.